Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Erin with e.l.c. Homestead, and it has been a minute since I've posted a video. Life just tends to get away from me and I don't always have time to post, but I thought I'd bring you out and show you some progress that we've made on the garden and show you the animals. So we've managed to get most of the garden tilled up. We've decided to move it over a little closer to the house than what we first decided, and the only last part we have to till is just that part down by the fence where the tractor is sitting, and then over in that area over there I'm going to be building a greenhouse. I'm hoping to have it 12 foot wide and 16 feet long. We'll see how that goes. But we did get all of this tilled up, and then we're also going to be putting a fence around the whole garden, mainly to keep my little chickadees out because they are enjoying this tilled up dirt, and to keep my dogs out. And that's going to be coming a little bit later, probably this spring, hopefully before I'm able to plant. We did, however, here with the animals, managed to get a temporary fence put up and a gate. We got this one here, and about halfway back, I don't know if you can see, about halfway down the pasture, it's fenced. And that is so my little animals can get out and play. Oh, give me a minute, we'll get over there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and let the chickens out. And then we're going to go let my goaties out. My chickens have been enjoying coming out and free ranging. And he's very loud. So I've got Lucy Lou, who's the turkey, right here. And then two of my ducks live in here. Goodness, he's loud. So this is Tulip right here. The other girl ducks were beating her up, so she got moved in here with Bernard, who is my other male, and Charming, who's that one right there. They don't like each other, so they can't be in the same pen, but they get the free range. So I gotta chase all the chickens out. Come on guys, out. I have to close the door to their pen or my goats will come in here. Hey, out. Come on, Lucy Lou, out. Come on, honey. Out you go. Out you go. There you go. Go on, out. If I don't close the pen to their cage, the goats come in here and eat their corn, and I don't want the goats to eat their corn. And this little stinker does not want to go out. There he goes. Okay, maybe not. Hey, get out. There we go. There you go. Stay out. Alright, so we're going to head down and let the goats out, and on the way by we will show you the animals. So these are the female kuni-kunis. I did show you them when I first got them. They have grown a ton, and they do get let out about halfway through the day. They're enjoying the grass too. But this one is Rosie, that one is Dorothy, that one is Sophia, and that is Blanche. And then this little duck right here, she figured out how to get out of the duck pen and refuses to go back and likes to live with pigs. So that is why she's in there. And then of course we got Mr. Charlie over here, who's very noisy. He does not get let out. We let him out the first day we got the fence up, and it took us like a half an hour to get him to go back in his pen. So he can't get out, and he got a little bit cantankerous and tried to attack my husband when we were trying to get him in. So he's grounded, can't go in the pasture, has to stay in his pen. But here are my goaties. So we're going to go ahead and let them out. They don't need any hay right now because they have hay left from last night, and they like to come out and come on. Oh, they're not going to come out now. They usually run out of the gate, and there's some tall grass like over there that they'll go eat, but they usually just roam up by the fence, graze, and then they put themselves back to bed. After I see that they go back in the pen, then my girl pigs get to come out. But Lucy, she loves it out here. She lives with the pigs and the ducks, or in the goats when she comes out here. All my chickens and my 2 ducks go through the fence and they head straight to the garden, except my ducks, who like to spend all day by my rabbits, which we will go over there and show you the rabbits in just a minute. So we're going to go ahead and walk over to the rabbits. I don't think my dog's feeling well today. She's eating grass. Oh, I guess the ducks aren't going to go over to the rabbits today. All of this tilled up dirt has exposed a bunch of bugs and worms, and they're loving it. But here are my little rabbits. So we did have some babies. They're, I think, probably like 4 or 6 weeks old, which I'll show you. But this is my Continental. Her name is Fawn. She's about a year old. We're going to be getting her mate this spring. They have some more in the neighboring town, so I'm going to get those and get her bred. But we do raise meat rabbits. And then this little guy is Dutch. This is my daughter's rabbit. And over here is one of the baby rabbits. We gotta walk around the tree. Now, this is my little new baby rabbit. And she is in a live trap. She got out and would not stay in the cage, so she stays in there. Now that trap is not hurting her. She's not injured. She's got food and water, and she's got a roof over her head. She's fine until we get her permanent cage fixed. She's a little Houdini. And then here are the other rabbits. So the baby rabbits belong to the white rabbit, and she's a Houdini, so they learned it from their mother. But here is one of the little baby black ones. And here is our other mama. Woo. She likes to hide. You can't really see her. But she hasn't had any, or can't remember if she's had a litter. We had a litter like earlier this winter, late fall, and they didn't make it. The mama rabbit didn't know how to take care of them very well. This cage right here isn't being used except to block a hole in their cage. Oh, it does look like one of the other babies got out, or she's in the tote. So the rabbit did have 4 bunnies, and 2 of them got out, the white one and a black one, and we can't find the black one that got out. The other one might be in her tote. So the other black one is probably in that tote that's in her pen. Now these aren't going to be their permanent cages. We are going to be making rabbit hutches for the little white one and the black and white one, Dutch. Fawn is going to be in her rabbit cage. It is a very big cage. So you can see how big it is. It goes all the way back to the fence. So she's actually going to be staying in that cage, and she does have her tote for shelter. I'm going to be putting a roof and sides on the back half of it, so she's a little bit more sheltered. And then those 2 are going to be staying in that cage, or at least one of them is, because it's almost half the size of Fawn's cage. One of them might go in a rabbit hutch, but Dutch here is going into a rabbit hutch as soon as we get it built, and that little white one is, and then we're going to be building a grow out pen. We just have not had time to be building rabbit hutches yet, trying to get this place moved into and all the animals taken care of. It's just been a lot of work, and we don't have 24/7 to work on it, so the rabbits are safe and in their shelter, or in their cages with roofs and shelters, so they're staying dry and this winter has been actually very mild. We have had 1 day of snow, and that was like a month ago. We've had rain, but if you notice, I did shove the rabbits underneath this juniper tree, which does help with the rain. And again, they do have their totes so they can get in it, and Dutch and the little white one have a metal roof so they don't get wet. And the wind, actually, the trees are blocking the wind so they don't get a lot of wind. She's having fun hopping around. So they don't get a lot of wind blowing on top of them. But we are planning on building a rabbit hutch this spring. We just haven't figured out where we're putting it. But I will show you that when we get it all built. You can see my goatees did come out. I don't know if you can see them, they're kind of far away. They did come out. Rissa and Frankie are fighting because, you know, that's their norm. But yeah, that is our garden and animal update. I'm super excited that the garden finally is getting tilled, because our garden is on a hillside and our tractor is not four-wheel drive and we don't have chains for it. When it rains, we have to give it a few days to dry it out, because when it rains here, it like downpours and floods, and it rains all day, from like 24-hour rainstorms here. This is ridiculous. So I got a chicken that likes to lay eggs in the side-by-side. So anyways, we have to let it dry out so the tractor, my husband doesn't slide down the hill with the tractor. But it has been dry for a while, and he was able to get it tilled. And I will show you updates for the garden as we go. We are tilling it just a little bit further over toward the pasture. And then we're putting part of the garden in raised garden beds. So that'll be helpful for all my root vegetables. And then I'm going to be growing some plants like tomatoes and dry beans on trellises. So that'll be a space saver that way. But yeah, I'm very excited that my garden is coming together. It may be slow, but it's still coming together, and I will be able to have a garden this year. Because last year I did not get a garden. I knew we were moving. Daisy, come on. Come on. I knew we were moving, so I didn't plant a garden because I didn't know if I was going to be at our old house through the whole harvest season, and I wasn't. We bought this house at the end of May, and me and my husband officially moved into it in August. My kids were here prior to that. My two younger kids moved in when we bought the house. My middle son moved in probably about a month or so later, and then me and my husband and our oldest son officially moved in August. We moved our stuff over little by little, but I knew I wasn't going to have a garden, and so I was bummed, but that's okay. I'd rather, be able to have our own house and our own property to do what I want with, because we were living with my father-in-law and I couldn't do what I wanted over there. So this year I'm going to have a nice garden, and I have it all planned out and everything. And yeah, so that's it for today. Like I said, I'll keep you updated on my garden, and I'll bring you along when we build the greenhouse and when we do the rabbit hutch. And then all kinds of updates coming soon. Probably in a few months. And then also I'll update you because I am getting meat chickens. So those will be coming soon. I'm hoping to get them ordered next week. This coming up weekend or next week. But they probably won't be here until early summer. So anyways, that's it for today. I thank you for watching. Until next time, have a good day.